Welcome to Web Knowledge. This is Yamin, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how we can create admin and user login in PHP. Now I'll start from the very basics so that you can understand it really clearly. Okay, so first of all we are going to locally C, then XAMPP, then htdocs, and inside this htdocs we are going to create a folder. Okay, so let's create a folder. Let's say our folder name will be project. Okay, so in this tutorial I'm going to use Sublime Text. You can use Notepad++ or any editor you want. So first of all we will open the folder. So click File, then Open Folder, then htdocs, and here you can see our project folder that we created. Okay, now just click Select Folder, and over here let's create login.php. Control S, then htdocs, then project. We'll save it over here. So save. So here you can see login.php. Okay, so first of all we are going to create a login view, a very simple login view. Okay, so let's over here html, and inside this first of all let's over here div, and over here first of all we'll say level will be username, and we need an input field, so we'll say over here input type will be text, and name is equal to username, and it will be required means user must fill this input field. Okay, otherwise user cannot submit. Okay, after username we need password field. Okay, so over here we'll say password, and for password input type will be password, and name will be password, and after that we just need a login option. Okay, so let's, for login we don't need level, then also we don't need record and name field for login. Okay, so the input type will be submit, and the button value will be login. Okay, and let's have everything in the center. So I'll say over here center. I'll just cut it from here, Control X, and paste over here. Okay, so let's save it, Control S. Now one more thing, you need to have your XAMPP running. Okay, just make it sure. Now we'll say over here localhost, and here you can see that our project name is project. Okay, folder name is project, so we'll say over here project, and our file name is login. So just press enter. So here you can see username and login. Okay, so I'm just going to make some a little changes so that it looks a little better. So I'll say over here another div, and let's cut it, Control X, Control V. Now we'll say over here in this div style. Inside style we'll say background color, it will be gray, and width, let's say width will be 500 px. Okay, so let's save it. So it will add a background color with 500 px. So let's refresh over here. So here you can see it looks like this. Now we are going to add some br just to create some gap. So let's over here br actually create a gap. Okay, uh, Control V, and after this another br. Okay, and let's also just say over here inside h1 tag we'll say uh, login form. Okay, so let's save it. Now if we refresh now, it will look like this. Okay, let's add a PR over here as well. So yes, okay, now it looks better. Okay, now we are going to do the database part. So now we'll create a database and a table for a user to log in, user and admin to log in. Okay, so first of all we'll go to our PHP MyAdmin, then click new, and over here we'll say our database name. Let's say our database name will be user. You can name it anything you want. So let's click create. So here you can see a user database is created. So we are going to create a table inside this database. So let's say our table name will be login. Okay, and we'll have total of 4 column. Okay, it will be first will be ID, then name, username, password, and the third one will be user type or user role. Okay, now click go. It will create a login table. So the first one will be ID, second one will be username, third one will be password, and fourth one will be let's user type. User type means is it user or admin. Okay, so ID will be integer, username will be varchar, password will be varchar, and user type will be varchar as well. Okay, but user type will have a default value. Default value will be let's say by default its value always will be user, and we also need to give the length, and we will have ID as primary key. So we'll just say our click this AI means auto increment. Here you can see it's become a primary key. So everything is set. So I will just mention user type again. User type will be by default always user. Okay, so whenever you insert a data, it will be by default user. So let's click save. Okay, our table is created. Now insert some value over there. So let's say over here first one will be let's say admin 1 2 3 4. Now here you can see that by default its value is user. If you click go, and now let's click login. So here you can see admin username, password, and by default username is user. Okay, so now let's input another field. This one will be for user. Let's say password 1 2 3 4, and it's user. Okay, click go. Okay, that table is inserted. Now click login again. Now we are going to change the user type for admin. So click edit. For admin, user type will be admin. Okay, now click go. So here you can see that the user type for admin is changed. Okay, now let's go back to our code and let's do the backend code for our database. So so we write this username and password. Okay, and we need to have this inside a form. So I'll say over here form. Here our form will start and our form will end over here after submit. Okay, so and our form will have some action and method. Okay, method will be post since will be okay, and the action will be hash. Now why hash? Because we'll do the authentication part or the validation part in the same page. If you want to do the validation part on the other page, then you just have to give the validation page name over here. Okay, since we are going to do it on the same page, so that's why we'll use hash. So let's write the page. For writing PHP you just need to do this. Okay, now we can write PHP inside this. Okay, So first of all, we need to connect our page to the database. Okay, so for this, we need to say over here $host is equal to 2 second bracket, and then inside it we'll say localhost. Okay, after host we'll say over here $user equal to uh, we'll say over here root. Okay, after root user we need to say password. Password will be always null. Okay, so just two quotation. Now after this, the last thing, which is our database name. So we'll say $db is equal to what is our database name? Our database name was user. So I'll just show you. Here you can see our database name is user that we created. So we need to say over here user. Okay. So after this, for connecting to the database, we just need to declare a variable dollar. Let's say you can declare any variable you want. I am declaring $data is equal to my SQLi connect. MySQL li connect. If you are using PHP version 7 or 8 or higher, you have to use MySQL I. Okay, but if you are using PHP version less than 7 or 8, then you can just write MySQL connect. Okay, so inside this, since we are using PHP version 7 and 8, higher than 7 and 8, so we need to use MySQL I. Okay, just to tell you. Okay, now inside it we need to write those variable. Okay, so we'll say over here $host, then comma, again $user, after this $password, comma $db, the database name. Okay, so let's save it. So right now our database is connected. So but if you want to check it, if our database is actually connected or not, then you can just write a if condition over here, and inside it we will just say $data triple is equal to, let's say, false. It means if our database is not connected, sorry, second, it will be second bracket, is not connected, then it will show us a error. Let's say die uh, connection abort. Okay, connection error. Let's say just say error. Okay, Control S. Now if we refresh, we shouldn't see any error because our database is connected successfully. But let's say you change something over here, DB name, user 12. Now we don't have this database. So if we refresh right now, it will show us this error, connection error, that database name not match, unknown. Okay, so let's just remove this 12. So let's save it. So our database is successfully connected. So right now we'll write the condition for login. Okay, for user and admin login. Now if we'll say a condition if $_server, then third bracket, then two double quotation, and over here we'll say request, request, request underscore method. Okay, then equal to double quotation post. Now write everything in the capital letter because if you write it in smaller letter, then it might throw you a error. Okay, so that's why you better write it in capital. Now give 2 second bracket. Now over here we will declare a variable. Let's say username. You can declare any variable you want, is equal to $_ post, then two third bracket, and inside this third bracket here you can see that I declare variable username. So over here you can see our name is equal to username. So you just have to keep this name over here exactly like it. Okay, so username. Okay, after username we'll declare a variable dollar password is equal to dollar underscore post. Then the same way here you can see that our name is password, but if our name is pass, then you have to give it over here pass. Okay, but I'll just keep it password the way it was because it's easy to understand. Okay, so we are receiving the username and password from here. Okay, so after this we need to write SQL. SQL is equal to we write a query. So inside we need to give two double quotation, and over here we'll say select select star from what is our table name. Our table name was actually login, right? Our table name was login. Here you can see login, so we need to say over here select star from login, where we'll say username is equal to. Now over here you can see this username is actually coming from our database from this username. Okay, username is equal to, then is equal to two single quotation, and inside this single quotation we need to write double quotation. We need to write two double quotations. So I'll just show. Okay, now over there after that double quotation we need to add two dot over here. Now inside this two dot we need to write this dollar username. So I'll just copy it and paste it over here. Okay, so after this we need to write, after username we need to write and for password. Okay, so I'll just copy it from here, Ctrl C, and paste it over here, and just change the username to password. Password is equal to password. I'll reply it again. This password is actually coming from database, and this password is this one. Okay, so that's all. After this we'll just verify it if this username and password exist, is true or not. So we'll just say over here dollar result is equal to MySQLi underscore query. Then inside this query we need to write this data, this dollar data. So I'll just copy it and paste it over here, comma this SQL. Control C, Control V. Okay, after this we'll declare another data which is dollar row is equal to my SQLi fetch array underscore array a double R a y array. Okay, now inside this array first bracket we need to say dollar result. So I'll just copy it and paste it over here, dollar result. Okay, now we just need to write a condition over here. If dollar row, then it will be third bracket, and inside this third bracket inside this double quotation we'll say user type is equal to is equal to then two again two double quotation, then over here we'll say, let's say user. Okay, so now we'll say this second bracket. Now this user type is coming from this database, from here user type. So if the user type is user, let's say echo user. Okay, now after this I'll just copy it and paste over here. Now over here user type, if the user type is admin, then it will print admin. Okay, so it will be else if after this if nothing is right, then it will just say over here, I'll just copy it. It will just say username or password incorrect. Correct. Okay, so let's save it, Control S. Now let's try to log in. Let's refresh. Now let's say click admin, then 1 2 3 4. Now click login. So here you can see admin. Now let's try for user. Let's click user, right user, then 1 2 3 4, then click login. So here you can see login. So let's make some changes. So instead of printing, we'll send them to another page. This one will send a user to user page, and this one will send it to admin page. Okay, so for user, let's say over here header, then after this we need to write two double quotation, and inside this double quotation we'll say location. It will be let's say user home dot php. Now we don't have this user home, so we have to create it. Now I'll just copy it and paste it for admin, and for admin it will be admin home. Okay, so let's save it. Now we have to create those two pages, so I'll just right click on the project, then new file, and over here let's say user home dot php. Okay, let's save it, Control S, save. Now over here we'll say HTML, and inside this body we'll just say inside h1 tag, this is user home page. Okay, so let's save it, and let's create another page for admin home. So let's over here admin home dot php. So let's save it, Control S, save. So I'll just copy this one, Control A, Control C, and paste it over here. So over here we'll just say this is admin homepage. So let's save it, Control S. Okay, now let's try to log in to admin. 1 2 3 4, click login. So here you can see this is admin homepage. So now let's try for user. Let's say 1 2 3 4, login. So here you can see this is user homepage. Okay, so let's so after login, user should be able to see their name and then logout option. So let's add those options. So for it we need to use session. So we'll just say over here session session underscore start. Okay, now we'll come over here, this over here, and then we'll just say dollar underscore session. Then we need to declare a variable, sorry, we'll just say over here two double quotation, and inside this double quotation we'll just say username is equal to dollar username. Now this username is actually coming from here. Okay, after this I'll just copy it, Control C, and just paste it for admin. Okay, now we just need to go to user home, and over here we just need first of all we need to add session for user home. So we need to write this PHP. Okay, inside this we'll say session session start underscore start. Okay, now we'll just say over here PHP, then echo and I'll just copy this part dollar underscore session username. Okay, Control C and Control V. Okay, so I'll just do the same for admin. So I'll just copy it and paste it to the admin home as well. Control S and Control S. Okay, and we have to add session over here. So let me just copy it and paste it. Okay, let's just save it, Control S. Now let's go to our browser. Let's try to log in for admin. Let's click login. So here you can see this is admin homepage. Admin. This is the username. Okay, now let's try to log in for user. Let's say user 1234. Click login. Here you can see user. Now let's add a logout option for them. So we'll just add a logout option over here so that user and admin can log out. So for this we'll just say over here a anchor tag. So we'll say over here logout.php and we'll say over here logout. Now I'll just copy this one and paste it to user home. Now we don't have this logout.php, so I'll just create a logout.php. Save. So what will happen is that if someone click logout, then it will take us to this page, logout.php. So over here we'll just write some PHP code. So we'll just say this. Okay, and over here we'll just say session session start underscore start, and then we'll destroy this session destroy, and then we'll after logout we'll send the user to header to the location key login.php. We'll send the user to login.php. Okay, and one more thing, okay, we need to give double quotation over here, Control V, Control S. Now let's try to refresh over here. Okay, it doesn't show me, probably I didn't save it for admin. Control S. Okay, if I refresh, here you can see logout option. If you click logout, it will take us to home page. Now let's try it for user 1234. Click login. Here you can see user homepage. Click logout. Okay, now let's try to go to, let's say, admin home and press enter. So here you can see that we can actually go to admin homepage, but this is not right. So we'll use session over here so that people cannot go to admin homepage without login. So this is very easy. We just need to add an online code over here. Okay, we just need to say a condition if then not is set, then first bracket, and over here we'll say dollar underscore session double S I O N session, then username. Okay, then it will header. I'll just explain this line, don't worry. Header, and the header I'll just copy this from here, header location, Control C, just to save some time. Okay, Control V. So here you can see that if there is no username, then it will always send us to login.php. Okay, so people cannot come to this page without login. So I'll just copy this and paste it for username. Control V, Control S. Now let's try to refresh over here. Here you can see that it took us to the login page. If you try it over here, user home, it will always take us to login.php, but we can actually go to that page when login. Click login. So here you can see we can go to user home page, and let's try for admin. Can we go to admin page after login? Yes, we can. So that's all about how you can log in with user and admin in PHP MySQL. So I hope I was able to help you. This tutorial was a little bit longer, but because I tried to explain everything so that you can understand it really easily, everything is clear to you. So I hope I was able to help, and if you are satisfied with this tutorial, then please subscribe my channel, and if you have any problem, then leave a comment. I will surely reply back, and thanks again for watching.